Okay, so you've got a new class at school. You walk into the classroom. What are you gonna do? You need to find a seat. That's your first priority. Look around. See if you can tell if there's a seating chart. It might be obvious. It might be up on the board. The teacher might be announcing it to other students. You want to know where to sit. If they don't have a seating chart, find a good spot. What's a good spot for you? Of course, most kids immediately want to sit with their friends, but you have other things to consider. Where will you be most successful as a student? Would it be best for you at the front of the room so you can see the board and communicate with the teacher? Or at the back of the room where you can keep to yourself away from everybody? Or maybe you want to be in the middle of the room where you're in the middle of it all. If you have a special need for seating, maybe you need to be closer to the front of the room or off to the side. Communicate it to your teacher as soon as possible. Maybe you're deaf in your left ear, so you need to make sure that you're seated on the other side of the room so your ear is aimed towards the instruction. Maybe you have a wheelchair, so you need to be seated at the end of a row. Choose a seat that's best for you. Sitting with a friend might be a great decision. Maybe that's a friend that's really good at work and they're going to help you focus and help you understand what you need to do. You can work together in and outside of class. Wouldn't that be fun? But recognize when sometimes your friends are not the best support for you. Recognize what you need for school. Some of your friends might get into trouble and they might pull you into it. Some of your friends might really struggle to focus and they'll affect your ability to pay attention. The next thing you need to figure out is what's expected of you. And there's two parts to this. What's expected right now and what's expected always. You're going to start by looking for these on the walls of the classroom. What's expected right now is some sort of assignment. It's the task. It's what you're supposed to do when you walk into the room. What's always expected are the rules for the classroom. What's expected right now is specific to the day and the moment. This is usually some sort of an assignment. It could be an assignment for a warm-up or it could be an assignment for the task of the day. Maybe the warm-up is a writing exercise. Maybe it's an assignment that's expected to take you the whole class period, but you need to get started on it now. For whatever's expected of you right now, you need to get into it right now. If it's a writing assignment, think. Maybe you need to get out a pencil and paper. Maybe you need to get out your laptop. Maybe you need a book. These are all the questions that should be going through your head at this point. What's always expected are the things that are rules for the classroom. Classroom rules, classroom expectations. You can learn a lot about a classroom by looking at its walls. When you look up at the front of the room, you're going to have a whiteboard, maybe a projection, maybe a TV, and those should have something on it that have the instructions for what to do right now. On other parts of the walls, you might have posters that identify expectations. These could be as simple as be safe, be respectful, be responsible. They could be a detailed list of do's and don'ts. Don't chew gum. Don't throw chairs. Do your best work. Ask questions. If you look around and don't see any clues for what you need to be doing, sit quietly and patiently. Wait for the teacher's instruction. It will come soon. As you're thinking it over, evaluating what to be prepared for, what's going to come next, you have to check to see if you have the things that you need. Do you have a pencil, paper, backpack, charger? If you don't, then you need to find out a way to get them. What are the classroom procedures for borrowing items that you need? You can ask your neighbor or another student in the class. Your teacher might have things you can borrow. Find out how you can do this. You might need to sign out to borrow them. You might need to leave your student ID. But no teacher wants you to be paralyzed and unable to do the assignment because you left something at home. We would rather you find a solution so that you can continue the lesson with us. The first step is to look around. The second step is to ask. Where's the pencil sharpener in the room? If you don't have your own, you're going to need to find one to borrow. Where's the trash can? At some point you're going to have trash. You need to know where to put it. If you need to charge your laptop, you need to know where the outlets are. Here's an example of an outlet. When you go to a classroom, you need to find out, is there a place available to plug it in? It might be a place that you can plug it in and continue working, or maybe you need to plug it in and come back to it later. What if you need to blow your nose? Is there Kleenex or paper towels? What about sanitizer? Do you need to clean your hands? At some point, you'll need to know how to use the bathroom. Wait a minute, you know how to use the bathroom. At some point, you'll have to leave to go to the bathroom. You need to know where to sign out. You need to know what kind of pass to take. You need to know where to get the pass and where do you return it to. And finally, find a quiet spot to escape. Every now and then you might get overwhelmed with too much noise, too many instructions, too many tasks, things to do. It helps to have a comfortable place to escape to. Now, I'm not talking about running out the door. Within the classroom, within your own power, you can find a little bit of an escape. It helps to have a comfortable place to look to relieve the tension. Maybe it's an open window or a nice poster or even an empty spot on the wall where nothing's going on. Remember this, use this. Look here when your brain needs a break.